I got a gift, so I'm going okay with the car, and I'm.
Hi, my name is Tushar Chaudhary. I am driving today the Isuzu V-Cross D-Max. Got it in August 2017. 4x4. I've clocked about 25,000 kilometers till now. It's a diesel turbocharged. The stock vehicle is 134 bhp. The vehicle ended up costing me about 14.3 lakhs. It's one of the longest vehicles in the Indian market right now. Almost as long or maybe slightly longer than the Mercedes Maybach. Upwards of 5 meters. It's got a twin cab and it's got a huge tub at the back. This is a 4-door version. The rear is open. The city mileage, I would say, stays anywhere between 9.5 to 11.5. And highway mileage, some of the highways we've got upwards of 13. Otherwise, in north it normally stays anywhere between 11.5 to 12.5. So the service schedule according to the company is every 10,000 kilometers. The service cost can be anywhere between 5 to 10,000 rupees depending on what all is changed. 5,000-6,000 rupees will cover all your oils and filters, and the 10,000 would also include your brake pads and a couple of mechanical replacements as well. When I picked up the truck, picked it up from Hyderabad, and I drove to Delhi right away. I was very surprised that there was no fatigue when I got to my first destination in Nagpur. From Nagpur to Delhi was a drive which we did in one stretch itself. Being a brand new truck, obviously I didn't put it through its paces, tried to cruise between about 80 to 100 kilometers per hour. Pretty comfortably got to Delhi in slightly under 12 hours. In terms of highway, the vehicle is very stable. It gives you a good amount of confidence to speed up and maybe even take turns at high speed, but obviously one needs to bear in mind that it's India. The center of gravity is pretty decent for a vehicle which is this large. It's very stable. It doesn't tend to dip while cornering, and that is something which gives you confidence to push the truck harder. The company has designed the vehicle in such a way that even if you leave the rear open, it will not really tend to hamper your drivability. As far as the driver's seat comfort is, I find this seat pretty comfortable. I would rate it about 3.5.
Okay.
Good commanding, seating position. Very commanding view of the road and the highway if you're driving. So I do find that yes, driving wise, I find it pretty awesome, pretty comfortable. What I do miss in this model is electronic seat.
Okay. When you say electronic, the adjustment part of it.
The adjustment part of it.
Okay.
In this vehicle, there's all manual. The driver side, they have provided, height increase also.
Look at its high support. This swab, which we're talking about,
Yeah.
this one,
Yeah.
in your case seems to be okay. So how do you rate it?
One of the reasons, a lot of owners have added aftermarket seat covers is for added thigh support. Slightly, it provides you more cushioning on the sides also. Couple of centimeters larger also. This is thigh support. This is a lumbar support. It basically supports your back and it prevents you from when you're turning from sliding out of the seat. So obviously a car with more lumbar support, more thigh support, you get less fatigue. Backseat comfort is something which is very surprising for this vehicle. You can see it's pretty upright. There is backseat comfort. Obviously maybe not for long drive, for shorter city use it's absolutely comfortable. It provides very decent leg room, knee room, shoulder room and headroom. It's single zone climate control. For a pickup truck, I would say even automatic climate control is a luxury feature. In terms of cooling capability, I would say it is one of the best air conditioners right now in the market. I've never had to keep the temperature lower than 21-22 degrees. The cabin is chilled in minutes, even on a peak summer day. Very impressive air conditioning on the vehicle. Very happy with the air conditioning. A huge bonus. It hasn't got rear AC vents. We have provided a bar here to grab for the driver as well to get in and make it easier. Overall rating on the comfort, I would rate it a 4.5. Pickup truck design. It's got certain amount of curves to it. A lot of Japanese manufacturers have switched away from the butch straight cut lines. The front is pretty nicely done up and it's pretty modern. Isuzu has done a very good job with the overall design. What basically they've done is they provided you with fog lamps, which today is something which should be standard. It's more of a safety feature rather than just a selling feature. It comes with projector headlamps. Like all other owners, I also found that the headlight lamps were not sufficient for engine room. Very important to have slightly more powerful headlamps. Powerful in terms of luminosity, in terms of brightness, in terms of throw as well, and spread also. Now, for spread, one cannot do much because that depends on the design of the headlamp and what kind of projector it is. So fenders, basically this part is flared and not straight cut. It gives vehicle a macho look. It makes it look broader than what it actually is. Indian buyers will love chrome on their vehicle. I'm not a very big fan of chrome, but this is, I think, just about the amount I could live with. Any more chrome and I would have surely removed it or covered it up with maybe paint or with a 3M wrap also. Plastic quality is pretty decent for this vehicle. Not too many complaints on it. The features are pretty basic. Of course, it has added features like climate control, a touchscreen stereo, which has basically pretty decent output in terms of sound. The company gives you the standard deck, and speakers are also part of the standard kit. It has a manually adjustable steering wheel. It's a nicely built cabin. You get little cubby holders. You've got storage on the sides which can fit in small bottles as well. You get double storage here, and this both, and you get cup holders. For interior, I would rate it 5 on 5. Almost everything is there in the cabin. It's a comfortable cabin. Fit and finish is very nice. Overall, very happy with the interior. It's a pickup truck. It's not a luxury vehicle. One cannot be fair in expecting luxury features in a pickup truck. Overall design, I would say 4.5. Thank God it's not too curvy, because then it would miss the point of being raw pickup truck. In terms of drivability and driving pleasure, I would say the truck is a real pleasure to drive. For a vehicle which is this large, this heavy, it has very decent amount of power and torque. It's a lot of fun to drive. In city, it takes you about some amount of time to get used to the length of the vehicle. The good thing is that a lot of vehicles which are equipped with 100%
that's a decent turning radius.
Yeah, as you can see, very decent turning radius for a vehicle which is this long.
Correct.
Pretty precise, I would say that the steering is very responsive and it's easy to park the vehicle once you get used to the length of the vehicle. It's a hydraulic power steering. Hydraulic power steering, as you keep on increasing speeds on the highway, it will tend to get slightly heavier, because you don't want that even a little flick should turn the vehicle. Flick of hand movement should change the direction of the vehicle at a high speed. For a city drive cars with electronic steering, primarily the Hyundais, they make it a pleasure and there's no fatigue. You don't get tired driving those. Hydraulic power steering can make you feel tired, but for highway driving or for a vehicle in this class, I would say that it should definitely stick to the hydraulic power steering. I would say driving pleasure 5 out of 5. It's absolutely great, pleasurable truck to drive. A lot of fun for driving in the city or highway. There is no comparison right now in the market because there is no other pickup truck available in the lifestyle segment. So absolutely love driving the truck. In terms of safety, the truck comes with standard twin airbags for the passenger and for the driver, as well as airbags. And seat belts are standard for rear passengers as well. Since it's a 5-seater, there are 5 seat belts available for the passengers. The ABS is standard. Being a 4x4 vehicle, one can drive it in 4x4 under slippery conditions, like in snow or in heavy rainfall, to avoid slippage. Number on safety would be about 4. The reason for giving a rating of 4 is that there are no rear airbags, something which should be standard now for rear passengers. With this kind of pricing, expect at least 4 airbags, if not more. The build quality of the vehicle is actually surprisingly very, very good. The sheet metal quality is good. It's a strong sheet metal. The thickness is nice. The chassis is pretty good. We've seen a couple of accidents on various forums and there was negligible or next to no damage to the truck, whereas the other vehicle ended up getting a very decent amount of damage. Build quality, I would rate it a 4. Suspension is okay. I don't find that this is optimally designed. One expects the suspension to be slightly more stiffer. I think manufacturer has designed it keeping in mind the Indian mindset. The Indians will love a softer suspension for a more comfortable ride. In terms of suspension, I would rate it 3.5. The reason for 4 is that suspension is issued. Overall fitment on the exterior could have been slightly better. The gaps, maybe the panel gaps. Some of the trucks have found not too many complaints, but yes, there have been some complaints. So that's why a 4 and not a 5. I would give it the best rating possible in terms of value for money. Mainly because service isn't expensive. Price point of the vehicle is such that it's affordable. It's under 20 lakhs. Today, any decent vehicle, most manufacturers pricing it above 20 lakhs. I would say for value for money, 5 on 5.
If we could talk about the 4-wheel drive.
So right now it's in 2-wheel drive. You just turn the knob and now the vehicle is in 4-wheel drive.
So under what conditions do you do it, if you could?
I would ideally say that yes, if you are the vehicle is passing through slippery conditions, like there's a lot of water, or if there is ice or snow, do switch to 4L. Or if you are say off-roading and you are in heavy slush, or if you are trying to climb an incline, then definitely use it. Do not use the 4-wheel drive under any other circumstances, especially in the cities.
Why would that be?
You can end up damaging the vehicle and the 4-wheel transfer case and the axle. It's not recommended. There's one, actually the big complaint for this truck is that the fuel tank capacity isn't enough. It has a standard capacity of about 52 liters plus reserve, and that is something which most owners, including myself, will find lacking, because for longer drives one does expect the vehicle to have a larger fuel tank. Company should have included parking sensors and maybe a camera also as a standard accessory, because it is a very long vehicle. That is one thing which I found lacking in the vehicle, was that there were no parking sensors and no camera. The pads are not as hard and they don't tend to last for very long.
When you talk about pads, you're talking about braking pads.
Braking pads, and some people have complained to the company that the truck needs a slightly harder pad. For example, if you were to buy a Safari or a XUV, there isn't much in terms of accessories available in the aftermarket. Very limited choice. You can maybe change the alloys or tires or certain other things, basic stuff. In this truck, there's no end to it. You could spend 10 lakhs on the truck after purchasing it in terms of modification and still feel that I can do more. So this is a LED bar. This is a aftermarket LED bar, and this is primarily what we use for off-roading and for highway use. In this case, I have the stock size is about 245. I've gone to 265/75. So this is basically 265. 75% of that is the width of the tire. The standard alloys come in 16 inches. I've stuck to that. I've upgraded the alloys also to an American brand called Fuel. So they basically specialize in off-road alloys. The tires are of an Indonesian company called Accelera. The reason why I chose this tire was it comes with 1 year unconditional warranty. No question asked. It could be a sidewall tear, it could be any kind of damage. Depending on whatever tread depth is, they would replace the tire. You just go back to the dealer and he will replace the tire. Last year I picked up this tire at about 8,000 rupees per tire. Since I changed them, immediately after purchasing the vehicle, I got a very good buyback on the tire. It costed me less than about 4,500 rupees per tire.
And the normal tire would have been around 4,000, 5,000?
Yeah. This truck also has an increased height of about almost 2 inches, 1.8 to be precise. That's mainly because of a bigger tire. Similar price car in this segment would be a Creta or a XUV, or maybe a top end version of the Scorpio, or even the Tata Hexa or the Safari. In terms of convincibility, it's unfair to compare a pickup truck with any of those. If you are an off-roader, or if you are into expeditions or rallying, or just for traveling up and down the highway, I would say it is way more versatile, way more value for money. It's an updated model. It's a latest product by the company. It basically has almost all features which one is looking for in this segment. Driving comfort is absolutely there for long drives. One can do 1,000 kilometers easily single day without feeling fatigued.
I come to you and I say I'm buying this.
Okay.
Convince me not to buy it.
Okay, that's a very tough one. So I would tell you not to buy the truck if you don't have parking space and you live in an area where the roads are not very wide, because it can be a real pain parking the truck or driving it in tighter spaces. That is one minus point. Hey guys, if you like my review of the Isuzu V-Cross, do press the like button and the subscribe button and the little bell on the side so you can get updates on the reviews. I find that it's a great channel. It's a great idea to have this available right now. There are a lot of people who are on the fence and can't decide whether to pick up the truck or not. I feel that somebody who's taking reviews from actual owners, it makes a lot of sense, because at the end of the day I'm going to talk about my experience and how I feel driving the truck, rather than following a script or standard talking points which the company or the media will definitely talk about.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you
Pleasure.
so much.
That's absolute pleasure.